I am Deanna Parks, one of the principals at Thorman.
Hello, I'm Rafael Plasencia, I'm the principal at Currie and also overseeing the Enlarging program.
Let's go ahead and introduce our Thorman PTA. Can I have the Thorman PTA up front and have you introduce yourself and your position?
Hi, my name is Fisher-Godinez and I'm the president. My son is Ryan and he's in second grade with Maestra Rodriguez. And I'm very excited to be here and serve this community. And thank you all for coming.
Ella es la presidenta del PTA y tiene un niño en second grade. Ajá, tiene un niño en segundo grado.
Hi, my name is Geneva Guerrero. I am the vice president. My kids are in second grade dual immersion with Maestra Rodriguez and kindergarten dual immersion with Maestra Ramirez, and then I have a son at Foothill. Just want to say thank you guys so much for coming. It's a pleasure to see all you guys tonight, so thank you. Enjoy.
Ajá. Ella es la vicepresidenta y tiene un niño en kinder y una niña en segundo grado.
Hi, good evening. I'm Sari Weisenberg. I'm the secretary for the PTA. I was also on the VAY PTA board, so happy to see everybody here tonight. I have a son also that is in the dual immersion program in second grade.
Sari tiene un niño en segundo grado y es la secretaria del PTA.
Me llamo Roldan. Mi español es no muy bueno, pero gracias para también. And my name is Monica Roldan. I'm the treasurer, and I understand a lot of Spanish, but I don't speak it very fast or well. So I am the treasurer, so you'll hear my report later on where we're at. I was with Bay as well, and I look forward to assisting in the school.
And my name is Saul Mejia. I'm the auditor from the PTA. I have a daughter in the 4th grade, and happy to be here, and thank you all for coming in today.
Let's give them a round of applause.
Our historian, Karla Arriero. She's not here. She's not here tonight, so you'll see her face as well.
And we also have Mr. Velez, our assistant principal from Currie. He's in the back over there, being very humble.
Okay, we're going to jump right into the agenda, but we're going to jump deep into the agenda. We're going to start with the pledge first. So if you will please stand and bring your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Tonight's meeting is going to be conducted with both schools because our direction, as you know, is to be a pre-K through 8th grade magnet school. So tonight's meeting and meetings here to come will be with the preschool through 8th grade vision in mind.
Ahorita se encuentran los dos directores aquí y la idea es de que en adelante van a hacer las juntas con las dos escuelas, porque estamos viendo de que en un futuro va a ser desde el pre-kinder hasta 8º grado. Preescolar.
Okay, so what we're going to start with in the principal's report, the district and last year, and the last 3 years actually, the district had formed a committee to say, what do our schools need moving forward? We've had a couple bond measures, and we've gotten some great work done at Foothill High School, Tustin High School. If you drive by those schools, you see the work that's been done. But the district, we're putting feelers out to see what more do we need and what more can we do.
Si ustedes pasan ahorita por diferentes escuelas, ustedes se darán cuenta que han estado arreglando varias escuelas, ¿verdad? Están haciendo mejorías en diferentes escuelas y el distrito de alguna manera necesita sus ideas y su apoyo para ver la construcción de lo que se va a hacer cuando sea una escuela.
You can see here, the years next to the school are the years that the schools were built. And you can see some are very old and some are newer.
Sorry. This is for. Sorry.
One of the things, just for clarification, we're talking about the bond measure, so I was telling how do you say this in Spanish so that you guys can understand. We're also talking about a bond as a measure, not just
Como la medida, ajá. Ya ven que a veces hay ciertos años donde el distrito de Tustin les habla y les dice que va a haber la medida A o la medida, una letra, un número para mejoramiento para las escuelas. Entonces, ahorita lo que se refiere, estábamos viendo, perdón, cómo se decía, bueno, pero creo que es la medida,
No, todavía no sabemos.
Todavía no.
Lo estamos considerando por eso, que cuando le estamos dando la información ahorita es para consideración de una medida. No sabemos el nombre porque necesitamos oír de ustedes.
So these schools are the schools that would be considered for the bond measure. There are other schools in Tustin that are much newer, that were built recently. These schools are the older schools in Tustin that would be in the area that the bond would look at.
Todas las escuelas que están ahí puestas son las que se van a beneficiar con la medida. Todavía no se sabe bien cómo va a ser, pero pronto ustedes van a saber. Cuando sepamos, ustedes van a saber la medida y esas escuelas son las que se van a ver beneficiadas.
So these are the most urgent needs that the district would look at, and classroom renovations, utility and systems upgrades, and strengthen campus security.
Dice que una de las necesidades más urgentes normalmente es renovación de los salones, la utilidad de sistemas y mejorarlos y mejorar la seguridad del campo de la escuela.
And then the things that in our committee, every school had a committee last year to say what do we need to improve our schools. These are what staff and parents really focus on across all the schools.
Se hizo una encuesta para ver qué es lo que era más importante tanto para el personal de la escuela como para los padres, y esto fue lo que sacaron, ¿verdad? Dice mejorar el multipurpose room, que es este de aquí, las áreas de afuera, de los jardines, renovar las oficinas y los espacios de apoyo, el estacionamiento, ya ven que hay mucho problema para eso, la cafetería y los patios de juego.
It really is only a couple of slides. Give me a nod. So this is the process that the district is looking at. So now through October, we would like your feedback on what you think about this. And then in the fall, the district will review the feedback. And November, they'll decide whether they would want to put the measure on the March or November ballot.
Dice, lo que sigue es de aquí a octubre, vamos a continuar, ¿verdad? Pidiendo su opinión. Creo que la directora estaba haciendo algo que les va a mandar para que nos den su opinión acerca de qué es lo que piensan ustedes, sus ideas. En el otoño van a hacer una revisión de las ideas de ustedes. En noviembre se van a considerar si se hace una medida y de marzo a noviembre se va a hacer una votación.
Now, Thorman is the most newly renovated school in the district. All the classrooms were renovated 3 years ago. Also, Currie had a renovation about six years ago. But there's still, look at the room we're in. It needs renovation. This is the one multi-purpose for both, for the whole entire K-8 campus. So there are still things that need to be done. And we're also considering this bond measure not just for this school, for all the schools that you saw on that one slide, and that also affects our property values.
Dice, Thorman es una de las escuelas que se ha renovado más recientemente. Nosotros hace 2 años renovaron todos los salones, y si ustedes ven las áreas de jardines.
3 years?
No, 3 years.
3.
¿Thorman? 3? Oh. Sí. Oh. 3 años, hace 3 años se renovó Thorman y los jardines, y Currie hace 6 años. Entonces dice, pero todas las escuelas que vieron ustedes ahí son las que también se van a ver beneficiadas. porque cuando se renovaron estos salones no se pensaba que iba a ser. Por ejemplo, este salón de aquí sirve a las dos escuelas, entonces ustedes pueden ver que necesita mejorar.
So at this time, we just love to hear your thoughts on adding a measure to the ballot.
Hasta ahorita queremos saber sus ideas, que nos den sus ideas, lo que piensan, sus comentarios acerca de todo eso.
Good or bad?
Buenas y malas.
And also keep in mind that although Thorman was renovated about 3 years ago and Currie about 6 years ago, we still have some portables that we're using for the other classes that could certainly use some upgrading.
Thorman has 5 portables on the playground and 3 portables right here. And then there were rooms that weren't renovated also on the Currie side. So there's quite a bit of rooms when you look at it that way that weren't touched.
Con todo el que se renovó hace 3 años, dice el director Plasencia, que tenemos, por ejemplo, en el lado de Thorman tenemos 5 portables en el área de atrás y 3 aquí. Y también se renovaron varios salones de Currie para que las maestras de 5º grado vinieran acá.
And other things that are on our master plan wish list are, you know the park, the traffic in the morning. Everybody's very familiar with that. So looking at alternatives for parking and traffic flow to alleviate the traffic on Sycamore is one of the things, and also security, like having a direct route to our kindergarten playground from the outside. So those are all things on our wish list.
Sí, dice, ustedes todos están familiarizados con el problema de estacionamiento, ¿verdad? Entonces una de las ideas es eso, cómo se va a planear para la seguridad de los niños, ¿verdad? Si hacemos algo por afuera o por atrás, o sea, se está viendo, la directora tiene ahí algo, no sé si les vayan a dar.
We're going to get feedback.
Ok, les van a ir diciendo, ¿verdad?
Ahorita le vamos a pedir lo que piensa para que nos digan ahorita, hoy mismo. Pero lo que queremos también poner énfasis es la seguridad de los niños cuando entran a la escuela y cuando los van a recoger. Por ejemplo, kinder, cuánto tiene que caminar, si podemos cambiar la ruta para dejar a los niños, recoger los niños para que sean más sanos y protegidos. Y todo eso lo tenemos en cuenta para la medida de bonos. Así que ahorita le vamos a preguntar qué es lo que piensa. So we're asking him right now what they think.
Yeah, just your thoughts.
Thumbs
up, thumbs down.
¿Qué piensan de esta intención de mejorar la escuela y las condiciones? ¿Y qué ustedes miran como necesidad también? Porque ya tuvimos una junta anterior el año pasado donde ustedes, los padres, no quizás ustedes específicamente, pero oímos a los padres y de los empleados de la escuela sobre las necesidades que mirábamos. Pero ustedes, ¿qué necesidades miran y si están de acuerdo con lo que estamos pensando? ¿Qué piensan ustedes?
I don't know if you already spoke to this, but that parking lot that most of us drop our kids off at the Catholic school across the street, is it like outside of the realm of possibility to make that like a crosswalk from there to the school?
That's a city issue, but we just have to go through the city on that.
And then I've seen so many close calls almost every morning, and I just feel like it's only a matter of time before something.
It's dangerous. I agree.
Accidents have happened in that area right there. So there's normally, during the school year, I've seen a motorcycle cop out there, and there have been situations where parents have come in, hurt people too close.
Yeah.
But I've never seen like a person, but I've seen like vehicles.
It's not, I agree. We can definitely approach the city.
And is the church okay with us using their lot? Because it's
Yeah, we have reciprocity with the church. They use our lot all weekend long.
Oh, okay. There's only really that route unless you walk all the way down the street, which most of us do, but it's just, that's scary. Crossing guard, yeah.
Sí, lo que yo he mirado es el estacionamiento es en la mañana, un poco caótico. Mi niño va en kindergarten y no lo puedo echar así, vamos, bájate. Entonces sí me gustaría que hicieran como un estacionamiento alternativo o la calle.
It's on here.
Sí, ya lo sé, pero, o sea, para los niños más pequeños se necesita quien los lleve de la manita y no lo podemos dejar ahí. Y también he mirado que los papás de los niños de esta lado, se estacionan, utilizan todas las líneas y no dejan pasar a nadie. No sé si hubiera como alguien como dirigiendo el tráfico. Lo he mirado a él que está.
Yeah, in the morning, there's Mr.
¿En
Placencia
qué
and
lado?
Danny.
¿Dónde mira ese tráfico?
Ah,
¿Dónde mira el tráfico eso?
aquí en la entrada del estacionamiento, o sea que
¿De la primaria o de la...?
de los dos.
No, pero de la primaria, lo que ella se refiere de la primaria, cuando entras, there's a red sign where there's nobody supposed to park, but people insist on parking there. And they're not supposed to park. They need to keep going and
The
moving
bus
around.
can't turn right.
Yes,
because people
yes.
are-
And then there's there's a lot of people that want to come in and out because they have to
Oh, the
work.
curve, the
Yes,
curve?
the curve. Yes, the
Okay.
curve when they're going to go out.
Right
There's a
when they
little
go
red
out.
spot. And I was talking to one of the parents that we should put some cones, like a few cones, to where they're not supposed to park, and it's just like they have to leave. Like as soon as they drop their kids, they have to leave, but they insist on one car, 2 or 3 cars parked right there, and then they block the rest of the cars.
Yeah, we have
Nobody
some
wants to
parents
come.
helping in the morning, but sometimes it's not enough because, for the amount of people. But if you can volunteer in the morning, we really appreciate that.
I will do it in the morning.
Necesitamos, ustedes saben cómo está en la mañana, I'm sorry, but necesitamos padres voluntarios que vengan a ayudar en la mañana. Por ejemplo, como usted decía, para los de kinder, si hay papás, entonces uno puede abrir la puerta y meter a los niños. La directora siempre está en la puerta, Mr. Placencia, siempre está ahí afuera también. Entonces, si algunos de ustedes pueden en la mañana, if some of you can volunteer in the morning, we really, really appreciate that.
So we definitely hear your parking and traffic. We hear you because we live it every morning as well. So we can look at that with what we can do within the constraints we have. But I'll go back to the bond. That would be addressed in the bond for sure. On our plan, which I have a copy here, you're welcome to look at it. It definitely, parking and traffic are a huge safety issue in our plan.
Quiero que sepan que sí los oímos, la preocupación del estacionamiento y del tráfico también. Y quiero que sepan que estamos también siempre solicitando opinión o guías de los padres también. Yo he hablado con los padres que están aquí también en cómo podemos mejorar. Yo creo que sí podemos mejorar ciertas condiciones con tener personas ahí para dirigir el tráfico. Ya lo estamos implementando. Pero, ¿qué podemos hacer sobre la medida de bonos? Porque eso ya lo tenemos ahí. ¿Qué podemos agregar?
So, are there any other comments about the bond before we move on? I don't want to get stuck on traffic because we will be here all night. No one's going home. We'll lock the doors.
So I think the bond sounds good, but what are the drawbacks, or what would be the costs or negatives of the bond?
We were talking about that. We sat in a meeting, and I want to say I'd have to get back to you. I would say, gosh, it was
a minimal amount.
It was
a minimal
I'm going to
amount.
say, I don't want to quote because I could quote wrong. 100-ish a year. But what I can do is find
It's
out
financial. It's a financial
to homeowners.
Yes, it's a bond. Just like they did one for the technology, we're doing one for the buildings because we didn't do one for that.
This is the first time I've heard of bond. Can you share kind of what you already have planned for it?
The plan, what we would be doing is mainly safety and upgrades of areas that we don't have and things you can't see, like air conditioning. Our air conditioning is an old chiller system. It's quite antiquated. But that would I can't say for sure the bond passes. That's the first, the second, the third. It's a facilities decision. But definitely safety is big on our list, the traffic, the parking, and then the access to kindergarten. And then looking at this campus as a pre-K-8, what does it need? Because that's going to be a change.
Y lo que estaba ahí hablando es que lo número uno es la seguridad, pero aparte de la seguridad, de verdad es las áreas donde están los niños y maestros, donde están las personas, es lo que queremos mejorar. The areas of focus are obviously security, and that's the number one thing, and safety, but it's really where the kids and the staff are. The things that are being used, that's really what the focus is that has not been done yet.
What about shaded areas for the kids when they're in playgrounds? Is that it's a safety issue because I know the years are getting hotter and hotter?
It was on our list,
Okay.
and that's something that, you know what?
So we
Yeah, it
had
was
the-
outdoor.
The facilities meeting, that was one of the areas that was addressed that we did. But keep it coming, because obviously there may be some other things that haven't been addressed. But we did address, for example, that I recall, we had facilities, we needed a shelter that they were asking for, and also it was about improving the MPR, the multipurpose room, para cómo mejorar el salón de multiusos, y también tener sombra para los niños. Well, no sombra, sino un cubre para los niños. Puede ser para la lluvia, también puede ser para el sol, pero también eran para el estacionamiento y eran para la cafetería también. The use of the cafeteria was an item that was addressed as well. And really what we're targeting is the areas where kids are, like some of the uses, because previous bond measures have addressed like big signs, buildings of some sort, or projects. This one's trying to target all the facilities where the kids are at. Esta meta es para asegurar que las áreas de mejoramiento sean las áreas donde están usando los niños. En otras medidas de bonos se han hecho para mejorar unos edificios de ciencia quizás o cosas así, y estos son para donde están los niños presentes, donde están los adultos usando las clases.
Yeah, but also including with that would be like the pickup. My daughter's in kindergarten, and like right now they're standing in the sun, so I can't even imagine where they're going to stand when it's raining. So that's another area.
We have a system, but yes, no, that would be, absolutely.
Knowing that with Thorman, this is the first time that you guys have TK students, and example, the TK classroom right now is an unbunkable, is that kind of what you guys call it? Would that bond also
portable,
include,
yes.
or the portable, would that bond include maybe creating extra classroom space? Like example for me, you know, I don't understand like the TK is having to go outside to a bathroom, where maybe we could have, you know, for the little kids, you know, a classroom with a bathroom inside.
Está hablando sobre que su niña está, su niña está en un salón portable y está en el salón de kinder de transicional, pero dice que ella no entiende cómo puede tener ahí los niños donde los baños están en otro lugar y tan pequeñitos, tienen que ir a caminar, salir afuera para ir al baño, que si esta medida de bono va a poder ser un modo de mejorar también los salones para hacerlos renovados.
And we would have to prioritize. When we made this plan, we had a K-8 in mind, or pre-K-8 in mind, but we didn't have a pre-K-8. Now we do, and so we would have to prioritize what those things would be.
I don't know if it was already said, but another thing going back to the lunch area, like is it possible to add on there to just make that area bigger or shaded area? 'Cause I know another situation that we had last year was that there wasn't a place for them to actually sit down and eat. Like I don't know if this is available for them or where they go on rainy days to eat, but if the coverage of the tables were wider, then they could still go there to eat and then be able to, I don't want to say scatter, but go to their
Anything is possible to put on the list for sure. Our kids eat inside when it's raining,
in their classroom. Oh, okay.
but you know.
But then at least would give them an area to go outside for about
Yeah.
10-15 minutes to eat and then back to their classrooms if that's possible.
Right. No, that's
Definitely
awesome.
something we need to consider.
Okay. Yes.
I just want to say I'm actually in support of this bond measure. There's a lot of benefits, more benefits than negatives. The way I would look at it is not as a tax or a bond, more of a donation or an investment into your child's school and future. So I think if you look at it that way, you'll see all the benefits of a safe environment, positive, classroom environment, and also I believe it will help retain teachers too. We don't want teachers leaving this district. We have a lot of great teachers, especially in the dual immersion program. I'd hate to see them leave because of the standard of classroom not being, where they should be. So I would fully support it.
Okay, dice que ella apoya la medida de bono. Just because parking, I wasn't paying attention to what he's saying. Sorry. What you're saying?
It's an important measure that something as a tax or a bond or a donation or investment to teaching school, and that will help retain families and also teachers leaving because our schools are not in good condition.
Ya dice que la medida de bonos ayudaría a que esto se viera a cabo, ¿verdad? Ayudaría a los maestros, a las escuelas para poder realizar todos estos cambios.
Lo mira como una inversión, no como un tax o extra costo, sino una inversión en los niños y en la escuela.
And clearly, investment in our children is number one, but it is also investment in your property value as well.
También es el valor de su propiedad.
sube el valor de su propiedad porque las escuelas las han mejorado, ¿verdad? Entonces sube también el nivel de su propiedad porque el área sube un poco.
So if you want to add your own thoughts, this goes directly to the committee, so you can scan that.
Dice, si quieren tener su propia opinión y dar su opinión, es ahí. Si quieren tomar el foto.
Yeah, I'll put this up at the end. The QR code that you see around the room is not that one. That's a different. That's another opinion.
Can we also get the slides, just a few slides you had?
Yep, I can do that. I'll share that out. Okay, the last thing that, as I've hijacked this meeting, Mr. Placencia and I are part of a district team to talk about and start planning for the pre-K-8 magnet school.
Dice el director Placencia, ella y la maestra, la directora Parks, son parte de un equipo para ir planeando que en un futuro va a ser desde preescolar hasta octavo grado.
Okay, it'll have a dual immersion. Obviously, it'll have dual immersion in it.
Claramente va a tener el programa de doble inmersión, pero la meta de verdad es de hacer algo más global e internacional, que va a incorporar el doble inmersión, pero también otros servicios y programas como las Naciones Unidas, la Model United Nations, y hay muchas posibilidades de lo que podemos hacer con esa oportunidad. Y por eso vamos a formar un comité, ha sido formado un comité para dar sugerencias también sobre el nombre, el mensaje, cómo vamos a seguir adelante, y si ustedes tienen cualquier recomendaciones también nos las pueden dar a nosotros. Pretty much said the same thing, that this is basically a global and international thing that we're going to have, but we have a committee that we need to hear from you as well when it comes to branding and messaging what we're about.
So the committee will have teachers from Currie, teachers from Thorman non-dual, teachers from Thorman dual, admin, district, and community. We have some community members. But we want to hear from you. The plan, we got to get this going before it's time for transfers in February. So we have to get our plan going. But we would love to hear your ideas too. So those QR codes, there's 1, 2, 3 on the door. Just scan that before you leave. I can put it on social media as well. If you haven't liked Thorman yet, do Instagram, Facebook, and Currie. I don't like that. I don't post that.
Just so that you know, we are actually working now at this moment and trying to blend our campuses together in terms of the things that we do. A lot of wonderful things are happening at Thorman. I gotta tell you, we're excited about the things that are happening and continue to grow. We have a lot of wonderful things happening at Currie Middle School, but imagine when we come together as one, what the possibilities are. But we really need to hear from you. We have some wonderful ideas out there from the feedback that we've already received, but we need to hear more from you. Because apart from blending the campuses and starting to do things together, our goal is to eventually get our PTA as one as well. So we're going to start doing activities together so that we can go ahead and start bridging our relationship between both of our communities, because we're really one. So please give us your feedback. We want to hear from you. Queremos saber de ustedes. Queremos unir las dos escuelas. Queremos oír de sus ideas. Tenemos muchas ideas ahorita que hemos oído de ustedes y que nosotros tenemos, pero queremos oír de ustedes también. ¿Qué quisieran ver en una escuela más global, internacional, donde ya estamos nosotros como maestros y administradores trabajando juntos, pero también la meta es de tener también un PTA, y queremos trabajar en eso, en cómo podemos mejorar los servicios? Así que es una cosa muy exitosa, estamos muy alegres y con lo que viene.
Especially, but she used to go to the school, but she got transferred to another one. Currie?
She used to go to Currie. But I know it has nothing to do with it, but I was wondering, why did she get transferred to another, their whole
Like the whole
department?
department got transferred over there.
It has to do with the services being provided. So they go to where the services, so that they could get the adequate services that they need.
Oh, okay. Because Currie still has special needs, right? Or
Yeah, it's different types of services that are provided at different campuses. Like we're going to be specializing in International Academy, the global thing that other schools are not going to have. So there's services that we have that other schools don't have, well, there are also services specifically to other things as well, like in special, the different levels of services for special ed, depending on the needs.
And,
So
and centrally located for families apart, and it always is a space, an issue of space as well.
Pero queremos oír de ustedes también. ¿Qué es lo que quieren mirar aquí?
Si quieren ser parte del comité para planear esto, dicen, están ahí en los códigos que pueden antes de irse, por favor.
Queremos oír de ustedes.
¿Quieren saber?
Ya, queremos oír de ustedes. Queremos oír de ustedes. Porque para que el comité oiga de ustedes. Como dice, ya hemos tenido nuestras notas, hemos oído, pero queremos oír más de ustedes. Así que usen el código que está allí.
So you have two QRs. That is for the magnet. Think magnet on the wall, stuck to the wall. And bond is the other one up here. Okay, that's bond, that's magnet. So we'd love to hear from you on both.
Esta es para la medida de bonos y la otra es para oír de ustedes de la escuela internacional.
Okay, a couple questions and we're going to
Yes.
get the meeting back.
Is the international school going to be on this campus?
It's going to be one campus. It'll be what you currently see as Thorman and what you currently see as Currie is going to be one international magnet academy.
And you're building what that is, and you're asking us for feedback as to what we think it should be.
Yes,
Some
or
of
if you have ideas, like we're looking at Avid, we're looking at Model MUN, we're looking at different things, but maybe you've heard of something, maybe you've traveled and you've seen things. And just
We'd like
like
to
more
see
minds.
this international
Yeah.
What if you
program.
wanted to be part of, I mean, is the committee already chosen? And
The committee is chosen. It got big very quick, so we had, you can't get things done with a super large, but that's where your input is very valuable. And we'll do it. We'll send out updates and be very transparent about what the thoughts are and be getting your input all along the way.
Is there a time frame, like, or goal, or date, like, it's gonna be turned into
Well, the magnet will be for next year.
it already?
So for next year, it's going to be it. So we need to do this year.
Do you guys have a direction that you're thinking of right now, or are you just completely wide open?
Well, we kind of have an idea. We want to make it more global in that sense, international.
Global, MUN.
And it's building off of what we already currently have. We have the dual immersion. That's not necessarily global or international, but it is something unique that other schools and other districts may not have. But we're also adding Model United Nations. We're going to be adding other programs as well. But those are not set yet. We need to hear from you. And we may take it a different direction based on what we hear.
Yeah. And,
We want to meet your needs.
The dual's not going in.
No.
No, dual's here.
Dual is growing. Hey, and we're laying the foundation at the Currie site.
And dual is the root of the magnet. The dual program needed to go, it didn't have a space to grow. Now it has a space to grow. Okay, good.
So now you can go to those sites and give input. Pueden usar esas códigos para poder dar lo que piensan y guiarnos.
Last year meeting, you talked about STEM programs. Is that STEM and magnet, is that two different programs for the school?
We already have, most schools in this district, in fact, all of them, we all have a STEM program.
Okay.
We already have that, all of them have it, except that we're making this a unique place in terms of the services that we're going to provide, the focus area.
Okay, I'm going to give the meeting back to the president.
Quiero dar las gracias por también su tiempo y por el apoyo que nos han dado también con el programa de doble inmersión y con las escuelas, porque tenemos dos escuelas magníficas que van a ser todavía mejor cuando nos juntemos.
¿Van a contestar preguntas después o ya no?
¿Nos puede dar sus sugerencias en el código?
Una cosita rapidita. El porciento de la comunidad latina, ¿cuánto es aquí? Porque yo hablo español y yo hablo español antes que inglés. Y cuando me llaman de aquí, de esta escuela de Thorman, solo está en inglés y he perdido algunas que otras palabras y me he perdido mucha información.
Señora, cuando usted se registró, le pedían ahí en qué idioma quiere que le manden los mensajes. Si usted puso que en inglés, le mandan los mensajes en inglés. Si usted pone que en español, les mandan los mensajes en español. Pero si quiere recibir los mensajes en español, nos puede avisarnos en la oficina y se cambia. ¿Okay? O en su portal lo puede cambiar también. Pero si quiere, nada más pase por la oficina. you know, she received all the messages in English and she wanted it in Spanish. And when you register, you put it in there. Like
Your correspondence
yeah,
language
Yeah,
is
your
what you get
correspondence
the
language,
call.
you say English or Spanish. If you put English, you're going to receive English. But you can stop, if you have it wrong, you can stop by the office if we can change that anytime.
For this magnet school, do you guys know if your guys, whatever you guys are going to be doing is different from that youth magnet?
It'll be
Yes.
different.
Oh, yeah.
That's,
The legacy, yes.
that's an entrepreneurial magnet, is what it will be, the 612? Yeah. It won't, no, we're not gonna.
Muchas gracias, and I want to thank the teachers and the staff that are here as well. They're so supportive. Our Thorman teachers are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. They're always everywhere. Oh my gosh, what a great place to be. You guys landed in a good place.
All right, thank you very much.
Can you hear me? Yes. Thank you very much.
That was a report, imagine that. Es un informe de directores.
Los vamos a poner al último, we're going to put them at the last.
Usually they are, but no, put them first. All right, so on the agenda, we have it broken down by reports, but in the interest of time, I think we'll just zip through to get to the bottom. We need the treasurer to have a report to get some information into the minutes. So I will bring Monica in, and she will report to us. I think it's fun.
I must say. Okay, so coming into Thorman PTA, there are some expenditures that we've had so far. Some of it is rolled over from last year, some of it is from this year. It totals approximately outstanding checks in about $2,700. It was for PTA envelopes, teachers meet and greet, the first day of school balloons, our insurance premium for this year, fruit bars for after-school sales, and a 5th grade outdoor science camp deposit. When we came over from VA PTA and it was closed, we had voted to take any funds that were left and bring them into this PTA. And we, on August 12th, deposited $8,617.41 from the VA PTA that's been brought to the school. Our current balance as of August 15th statement was $15,032.19. I have made a deposit on the 30th for $740, and it was money from class act donations, t-shirt sales, and membership sales. So give or take, we're at about $1,300 when all this clears. I'm sorry, $13,000. So we're about $13,000 when all of this clears. So.
Ok, dice que lo que se ha gastado hasta ahorita, más o menos los cheques que han hecho, son de $2,700. Gastaron en comprar los sobres para el PTA, hicieron una bienvenida para las maestras, compraron globos para el primer día de escuela, pagaron por el seguro, compraron paletas, por cierto, a partir del próximo martes se van a vender a $2. Dice que cuando cerraron el PTA decidieron traer lo que les quedaba de dinero a esta escuela, a este PTA, que fueron $8,617. Hasta ahorita, hasta agosto 15, tenía un balance de $15,032. Se depositaron a agosto 30, 740, incluyendo un dinero que se dio para Clase A, que es un programa de música, y donaciones y la venta de playeras y lo que ustedes han donado de membresías.
Any questions?
Okay. Thank you. Sari, do you want to secretary?
Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so we'll skip down to the committees section. Right now we have several committees. Hospitality is led by Maria Darcy. She's back there. Maria, stand up. You're our hospitality chair, so she was the reason why I got food tonight. Yay! Of course.
hospitalidad, si alguien quiere ser parte de hospitalidad con ella, no se peleen. ¿No quiere alguien ser parte de hospitalidad para ayudar a María? ¿No?
¿Qué es eso? Como nomás,
María, you want to tell her what did you do?
So I think what we can do is evolving, but I think we provide beverages and food for PTA meetings. We also provide some snacks for the teachers' meetings. We may have a role in helping with events that happen. So I think it's kind of, hospitality broadly. Specific things, but not huge.
Okay. Another committee we would like to have is a volunteer committee. Right now, we don't have a chairperson for this committee, so if this is something that interests you, we'd love to have someone join us and help us. Right now, I think the committee consists of Geneva and I and Karla. But anybody who would want to help us gather volunteers and help us make sure all of our events have people, that would be a committee that you can join if you're interested in that.
What is the name of the volunteers? Sí, dice que si alguno de ustedes puede ser parte de un comité para voluntarios, para que haya más voluntarios. Ahorita, más que nada, Dayan, Geneva, Mónica, Karla están buscando voluntarios, ¿verdad? Pero si hay más personas que se envuelvan para ayudar a conseguir voluntarios, si alguno de ustedes está interesado.
Take your time. You can come back later with that. Another committee we have is fundraising. We don't have a chairperson for that either, but we have started some fundraising events of our own. One of them is popsicles. What do you want to say, like the flyers coming out? Is it not
today? The
flyer came out today.
But the flyers just say, okay, ella dice que si alguien de ustedes quisiera participar para recaudación de fondos, no hay ninguno que esté ahorita en cargo de recaudación de fondos, pero ahorita se mandó un flyer el día de hoy diciendo que se iban a vender, son barras de fruta como paletas de frutas, que supuestamente es fruta natural, todo eso, y se van a empezar a vender a partir del martes. Saúl, el señor Mejia, las va a vender el martes después de escuela. Pero va a ser todos los martes, Saúl. Ajá. Se van a vender todos los martes y cuestan $2 después de escuela.
So every Tuesday, $2 each.
Sí.
Saúl is leading that effort for us.
El señor Mejia. Pero si alguno de ustedes quiere ser parte de recaudación de fondos, si tienen ideas que se pudieran vender, alguna cosa para los niños o para mandar, si alguno de ustedes tiene alguna idea o quiere ser parte de eso, sí. ¿Quieren levantar su mano? Si quieren participar, ¿no? Sí,
Esto también es diferente.
Bueno, ellos son PTA, yo soy Community Liaison y uno de mis trabajos es hacer que ustedes vengan a ayudar en el salón de clases, en noches familiares y eso, pero ellos muchas veces necesitan voluntarios para diferentes eventos o cosas que van a hacer ellos, ¿verdad? Pero si tú me vienes a ayudar y todos son bienvenidos a ayudar, hay mucho que hacer aquí. Pero puedes ayudar claro que sí, puedes ayudar con ellos también, claro. ¿Te gustaría ser parte de recaudación de fondos o no? ¿Puede ser? ¿Saben una cosa? Si se juntan 2 o 3 personas, if you get together 2 or 3 people, maybe friends, maybe it's not just 1 person, it's 2 or 3. No?
We can always try.
Sorry, I have a suggestion because I do want to volunteer, but for me working full time, not an excuse, but like
No, I understand.
trying to gauge, okay, what did I just put myself into? How much time is it going to take to maybe
I hear you.
write
That's
description? Yeah, so I'm like, I do want to help. I do want to make changes, but maybe, and I can help in some form of making a group. Like I know there's that Facebook group that Amon just started.
Yeah.
Some sort of communication outside of just the PTA meeting where whatever information we needed is on there, descriptions of each. So maybe like it's not just I'm just hospitality, but today I can do hospitality. Next week maybe I can do like restaurant nights, and then that way we're all. I guess I would be more open to it to say, okay, I'm not like. I'm 100% in charge of this, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, that's very good.
But more of like that community. Yes.
Okay, I'm the community liaison for Thorman, but now, with Currie, Teresa is the community. Teresa, you there? She's the community liaison for Currie, and we're working together. We start working together, and then our idea is for every family to volunteer 5 hours for the whole year. La idea es de que todos los padres donen 5 horas al año, pueden ser más, pero la idea es de que ustedes se involucren más en la escuela. Entonces trabajas, pero puede ser que un día tienes libre, puedes venir al salón de clases o puedes ayudar un martes con el señor Saul a vender. Entonces, el trabajo de nosotras es traer voluntarios, entonces es PTA, pero hay muchas cosas que se pueden hacer en la escuela. Entonces, si quieren hacer alguna otra cosa, lo pueden hacer en el tiempo que ustedes quieran. Tienes media hora para venir cierto día, ven media hora. Vamos a hacer les digo que pedimos 5 horas porque mandamos un flyer que voy a hablar con el PTA donde todos los eventos que ellas van a tener los vamos a poner ahí.
We can go ahead and do that for you too, though, and get you a description and get you. I also want to apologize. This is not. I don't want you to think that this is what the PTA, because this is something everybody asked was, oh, if I sign up for PTA, you're going to make me do something. It's not. It's just that we're starting. We're very new, and we just need all the help that we can. So any help that you guys can give us, we gladly appreciate it. I think another thing, for the sake of time, maybe even if you guys are willing to an email, and then if we can send you guys an email, and you guys are more than easy to respond to us. The only issue is that sometimes we don't get responses back. But if you're willing to respond to us, then. Do you have a question?
Is that what we filled in?
Yeah, so what we filled out was your guys' information, so then when we do have events.
This is for PTA, so I think you were talking about.
Yeah, but when we do this paper for 5 hours, like you say, you need volunteers, and then
that's separate, right?
No, well, yeah, there's a separate in certain way, but you can put your events in there.
Okay.
And then that way they say, okay,
We'll
I can help you and do.
I apologize. We will get you descriptions and whatever.
Just so that you know, right now what we're talking about is PTA and the vision of what we're looking for and the needs that we have for PTA, and because they have a lot of wonderful things in the Thorman and the way they do it, and also the liaison. But right now specifically is in terms of what we're looking for the needs of PTA.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So to wrap it up, you guys are going to be able to send us like information on what the committees are,
Correct. We will send this out.
And be able to provide us maybe like if we wanted to be part of it, like what is going to be the responsibility or the expectation if I were to say yes to this role.
Correct. So you know what you're signing up for sure. Another one of the committees we were talking about having was communication. It didn't actually make it on the agenda, but Erica Klaus and Oscar here are already kind of on this committee. They met tonight.
Well.
Or no, they met before. But so there's a communications committee. We're in our infancy, so we are looking for suggestions. If you sign up for something, you're not locked in for the duration. I totally understand. I have a full-time job as well, so I respect that, and I respect everybody's time. I get that. But we just want to make you aware of what's out there. And if you think of another committee, please tell us. Like, hey, this is a good committee to have too. I mean, we may not have thought of everything. I'm sure we didn't think of everything. And then we were talking about restaurant nights. Saul, our first restaurant night, we had a select number of flyers back there for the Habit on September 23rd from 4 to 11, the one in Irvine on Brinca. We get 20% of the sales. So if you guys go and eat a delicious hamburger on Monday, September 23rd, that would be a wonderful fundraiser for us. Thank you, Saul, for setting that up. He works at the Habit. So he's our connection.
Where's that flyer at?
So we only had a few because there's actually a Saul. Come on. Excuse me.
Okay, so for this information set up right here, this is a form that we use today. Obviously, it hasn't been sent out. but it will be sent out, right?
We're going to send it out.
No, it's okay.
Oh, we're gonna email this because now we can do paperless. They have a barcode on the bottom, so when you guys go to the restaurant, you can just show your phone, and they'll scan it, so that way we'll save some money on paper. But obviously, if you don't have access to any printer, you can always bring one out. I mean, you can take this and then go to the restaurant. ¿Cómo Spanish? Okay. Fundraising que vamos a hacer nosotros, lo que vamos a hacer el día de hoy es para el septiembre 23. Lo que estaba diciendo es que este flyer lo van a mandar vía email y abajo nada más tiene un barcode que lo pueden enseñar en el restaurante y lo pueden escanear para así no tener que imprimir la hoja. Obviamente si no tienen un teléfono nuevo y quieren imprimir la hoja también pueden hacer esto y llegar al restaurante y el total de ventas va a ser el 20% que se le va a realizar a la escuela.
Excuse me. For your PTA, I know Mrs. Parks has like the Instagram and she has that for social media. Will our PTA have that? Will there be like a Thorman Currie PTA so that we can kind of keep up to date with what's going on?
I will make it. We're definitely going to have, as part of the communications committee, is to form a website. I believe Erica has a plan for me to do a website. Yes, that is the plan, and then to have that kind of, we're creating it this year with the thought that next year when we're once,
So like I know it's the baby steps now that we're going
Baby
to
steps,
set it
correct.
up to get it together.
Yes.
Just to kind of, I feel like if we don't, not to say that it's not going to get out there, because I have high hopes for it, but when it gets out there, like I guess for, just so it doesn't lose traction.
Correct.
And people just decide, well, this is too much. They don't have it together. Like, no, we don't have it together, but we're trying to get it together
Right.
with everyone's help.
Right.
But just trying to make sure that we have a way of communicating, because sometimes it gets lost. The communication gets lost, be it through the Thursday papers and what's going on, just to have like a place where we know where we can get it. Not to look over here for this and look over here for
Well,
that.
I think for this year, we'll stick with Deanna, she is the social media guru and Thorman, really. So I think we're going to stick with the plan, like what she's doing this year, with the thought that we would build off of that.
So PTA stuff will be on the form?
Correct, right now she is.
Is that correct?
She's doing PTA for us.
Committees,
With
stuff like that.
the thought
just to
she will
help us.
transition, yes. Right.
Well, and we can
Is that
work
right?
together. I can put things on the school website as well. We just have to, we've had one meeting.
We've only had one meeting of this, but yeah, the plan is that.
And boy, with the communications chairperson, that'll be.
And that's Erica again. She's right there looking like she's about to leave.
She's not tooting her horn, so I will. It's her business. She does social media. She does all of this, so like, she's got it.
And I got your notes. But I appreciate that. That's a good point.
Sí, dice que van a tratar de hacer, ahorita lo está haciendo la directora, pero ella va a ser la que está en cargo de los medios de comunicación. Entonces, ella estaba preguntando que si iba a haber comunicación entre el PTA de Thorman y Currie, o sea que se iba a trabajar juntos.
I apologize in advance because we're skipping all over this agenda, but Senora Rodriguez needs to leave shortly, so you're jumping down to Dino Dash. She is our teacher representative, so she's got
Hi, good evening. Buenas noches. I am Mrs. Rodriguez in second grade. I teach dual immersion. Soy una de las maestras en el programa de doble inmersión segundo grado. Y yo estoy aquí como representante de Dino Dash. I'm here as a representative for Dino Dash. It's so exciting because I used to be a runner in high school, and so this is my jam. And I love the program, the Run with the Cop. It's so cool because the kids are all excited. They get tired. My daughter's in there and she's like, Mom, I changed my mind. I don't want to be in this anymore. But, it's really cool that they're out here running with our kids. Nomás quiero decir que me encanta que los policías aquí están dando este servicio a los niños para culminar el evento en Dino Dash, que van a correr con ellos. Es muy excitante ver cómo están involucrados y los niños también. Mi niña está en primer grado y está corriendo y a cada rato se queja porque no le gusta hacer ejercicio, pero ahí la tengo, no dijo que se dé por vencida. I want to let you know that we have 2 incentives for teachers. If we get 25 registrations in by September, for each amount of 25, we get an entry for $1,000. And $1,000 for us means the world because it can mean a great field trip somewhere amazing for our kiddos, or supplies, or an amazing experience here at school. And we, so far, have 43 entries. So that's really cool. Thank you guys for having signed up. Tenemos 43 inscripciones que nos ha ayudado bastante y que nos seguirá ayudando. Por cada 25 que tengamos nos van a dar un boletito para una rifa y podemos ganar $1,000. Así que nos excita porque esos $1,000 los podemos usar para una excursión muy divertida, materiales en nuestro salón, una actividad aquí en gran fiesta, no sé. Pero les apreciamos mucho ese apoyo y queremos ganar el primer lugar. Entonces tenemos 3 opciones para ganar $1,000. Van a tener 2 rifas, uno en el 10, si tenemos nuestras fechas antes de septiembre 10, si tenemos más inscripciones. También va a haber otra rifa en octubre y la última al final. Entonces hay 3 maneras que podemos ganar $1,000. There's 3 ways we can win $1,000. First one is in September, so by September 10 we continue getting more subscriptions. We can get more entries. Another one will be in October, and then on the day of the event for a total amount. Whoever wins for the total amount. And we are currently in 14th place out of 29 schools. So that's amazing because there's 29 schools, so that says a lot. And there's no reason why we can't be at the very top. I feel like we have amazing parents and we're so blessed by your support with everything that you do in the classroom and even just being here tonight. It takes a lot to come and give time out of your busy day, so we really appreciate you coming here. Pues quiero decir que estamos en 14 lugar, hay 29 escuelas, así que no estamos en el último, pero podemos definitivamente llegar al primer lugar, no hay razón por la cual no podamos llegar a ese lugar. Y les quiero agradecer que han tomado el tiempo de venir hoy, porque yo sé que están ocupados, pero nos encanta el apoyo que nos ponen en el salón, en juntas, en eventos, y sé que con su apoyo podemos lograr ser el número 1 si queremos. Entonces, con esas oportunidades de ganar esos $1,000, siento que podemos hacerlo. If your child needs sponsorship, it's $15, but it's going to increase as the time passes. So I have applications over there in Spanish and English. Please take a flyer. I have big ones and small ones with the date is November the 3rd on a Sunday, and we're going to gather with encourage your family members, get them out there. There's 5Ks, 10Ks. I'm running the half marathon. I don't know what I was thinking when I signed up for that, but I'm excited because then I'll come back and run with my kiddos and it'll be really fun. So please take all the information that's on that table and sign up. We really just want to make this an amazing event for our kids and our families to come together and just show our presence, because we are definitely a community to be recognized. And I want us to just be out there and show the whole district that we are one, and for the future that we're building here, it'll just be amazing.
Sure. While you're thinking of that question. You said we had to register. How many did we need to register for us to get the 1,000?
So there's 2 drawings. Mm-hmm. So for every 25 that we get an entry.
Oh, okay.
So there's 2 chances. Gotcha. And so, we're in 14th place, so that means we're getting those registrations, and Heritage has 209. They're the top school. But, we're right. We can get better. So every 25, and then at the end, whoever's the top one will get $1,000. So regardless, that's another way. If you want a scholarship for your child, again, si quiere ayuda financiera, las inscripciones son $15, pero si quiere ayuda, necesito que me den esa aplicación que estén allí y yo le hago saber a la fundación y así ustedes pueden inscribir a sus niños. Los miembros de familia no pueden agarrar becas, pero los niños sí. Entonces, de cualquier manera que nos pueda apoyar, por favor apóyennos. Queremos ganar. ¿Preguntas?
¿Es para todos los grados?
Sí, para todas las escuelas. TK, preschool. Cuando se registra uno por internet, pone la escuela Thorman y pone también su maestra.
Y también se incluye Currie. Si están en la escuela Currie, también pueden ponerse Currie.
But sign up as Thorman.
We are one. We stay
Thank you. Okay, let's sit through this. Go back up to 5th grade activities. We are planning on helping fundraise for outdoor education. So look for information about that. More information will be coming. I just want to zip through this real quick. Membership, we have a membership chairman. Her name is also Erica, so there are 2 Ericas. She's not here tonight though, so Geneva and I are on the committee as well. And I will let Geneva talk about this one.
Okay, so membership, no, I don't do so membership right now, not including tonight because we haven't calculated tonight's, but I believe there was 38 memberships that have already been turned in, so thank you for those. We'll calculate tonight's. The school will be doing a membership drive. So the classroom that has the most turned in memberships will earn an ice cream social for the classroom. So the teacher who has the most memberships in her classroom will have that for their class. We're also looking for our teachers. We got 2 of our teacher representatives here. I think one just left. Oh, there she is. So we got 3 teacher representatives. We're also hoping to get 100% of our teacher participation as well. So they're working on that. But the drive will be the week. You can sign up now, and those who have signed up. Oh, I forgot.
Nos dice que al salón que tenga más padres que participen con su membresía para tener como una fiestecita de va a ser como un ice cream social, les van a dar nieve al salón que tenga más membresías. Y hay 3 maestras representantes aquí que también están trabajando para que las maestras, bueno, es todo el staff. Sí. Sí, para que todo el staff también sea miembro, entonces se está trabajando en eso.
So if you haven't signed up, we have envelopes that you can sign up tonight or take home and give back to your teacher.
Ajá, dice, ahí hay sobres, si usted no se ha hecho miembro todavía y quiere participar, son $15 por familia, y ahí están los sobres, los puede llenar ahorita o llevárselos y entregárselos a su maestro.
You can sign up throughout the whole year if you forget, or you can't sign up now, that's perfectly fine, but the last day to sign up to have an entry into your classroom will be September 29th.
Sí, dice, si no lo quieren hacer ahorita, se lo pueden llevar. La última fecha que tenemos para mandar eso es septiembre 29.
Along with membership too, it's kind of hand in hand. We have the spirit wear. Right now, we have the spirit wear that we have is from last year's spirit wear that we still have. So instead of ordering a bulk load, we've done the forms. So if we have your size now, you're more than welcome to purchase anything tonight from here. If we don't have your size, then all you have to do is fill out the form and turn it into your teacher, and we'll get these ordered for you. The last day to order, though, is September 11th. We will not do any more orders after that. So same shirt, just yeah. So the shirt that we're ordering is the gray. Oh, this is the sweatshirt, and this is the T-shirt that you can order for your students. And I believe they can wear Miss Parks. Sorry. Can they wear it on Fridays throughout the week? Any day. So if I know mine, if they don't want to wear their uniform, they grab their T-shirt.
Sí, dice que esas son las sudaderas y esas son las playeras que se van a ordenar. Aquí hay varias tallas, si quieren comprar, no tenemos todas las tallas, entonces aquí las pueden ordenar. El último día para ordenarlo es septiembre 11, después de eso no se van a ordenar y lo pueden usar como uniforme todos los días.
Do you have a question? Okay.
Yes.
So I know that the smallest size that you guys have is a small. There's no way of doing extra small for our TK children?
I'm gonna talk to the TK and the preschool teacher about ordering smaller sizes because the small is too big for the TK and the preschool students. So I will get with those teachers and we will get some information out to your teachers. And yeah, that's it for spirit wear.
Dice, si ustedes quieren, porque estaba diciendo ella de que la talla small es muy grande, entonces va a hablar Geneva con la maestra de preescolar y de transición a kindergarten, a ver quién está interesado para encargar pequeños.
Is there any 5th grade parents here?
¿Hay papás de quinto grado?
5th grade? Okay. 5th grade too? Okay. I was just going to jump in on here. So on Tuesday, September 17th, there's a 5th grade parent meeting. So please make sure you guys come out to that so you guys can discuss the events or outdoor ed.
El día 17 de septiembre va a haber una junta en la mañana y otra en la tarde, right? ¿Two meetings?
I believe so, yes, I'm 9 in the morning.
Va a haber uno en la mañana y uno en la tarde para si quieren venir van a empezar a hablar qué se tiene que hacer para que los niños vayan a las montañas, al outdoor education.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's move on to the important dates. We just talked about one, the meeting for the 5th grade parents. We also have a Dia de los Muertos celebration for November 1st. For Currie and Thorman. He's not even listening. For Currie and Thorman.
Currie and Thorman.
Currie and Thorman. He's not listening. All right.
But it will be a combined celebration.
It's a combined celebration.
Va a haber una celebración del Día de los Muertos entre las dos escuelas el 1 de noviembre.
That may not be the date, but we will have a celebration. Sorry.
To be determined.
TBD, but expect a celebration.
And then the next thing
Dino Dash. We did Dino Dash. And then Miss Wilcox. Yay! Okay. There are family nights here that sound fabulous, and she is the leader of this, and she's coming to talk about it. Sorry.
Hello. So yes, family nights are a great deal of fun. I tried to open that over there, but it's locked up. I'll talk about that in a moment. I need to get Mrs. Parks to unlock and show us. So our first one we'll have is November 7th, and it will be in this room, and it is like a family game night with learning through playing, because children's one of their big responsibilities as a child is to play. They learn from playing.
Can we get everybody quiet first?
So, you can learn math skills with building blocks, and learn geometry. There's so much they can learn from playing. So we take this multi-purpose room and we fill it with quality toys. We like doing it in November, before Black Friday. So, might give you ideas of what to shop for Christmas presents. You want to translate that?
Sí, dice, la maestra Wilcox está en cargo de noches familiares y la primera noche familiar que va a ser noviembre 7, dice ella que antes de Black Friday, para que ustedes tengan ideas que pueden comprar. Y esa noche lo que se hace es que los niños vienen con ustedes, se ponen mesas y tenemos diferentes juegos de mesa y juegos de diferentes tipos y los niños juegan con ustedes, ¿verdad? Ustedes aprenden cómo jugar con sus niños, es muy importante.
And usually they're very well attended. Last year when we only had maybe 550 students at the school, we had over 200 people in this room. So this year I'm expecting a huge turnout. Traditionally also we've been doing probably about 5 years now is a ceramics night. So that's what I was going to show you over here.
Otra de las noches familiares que se hace es noche de cerámica y ahí en ese closet tenemos el horno para quemar las cosas que se hacen.
You can come take a look later. That's where we have our Thorman kiln. So years ago I wrote a grant and for the Public Schools Foundation, the school gets all the money from Dino Dash. And so we have a kiln at our school.
La la Asociación de Tustin Public School Foundation donó ese horno para que nosotros pudiéramos hacer cerámica. La maestra hace mucha cerámica con su clase y eso, y en esa noche familiar se hace cerámica. Todos tienen una bolsita de barro y todos, cada quien hace, los adultos y los niños, y cada quien hace su proyecto.
Okay, so I heard what she said. I can understand more Spanish, but I can speak too. So yes, if you come that night, you get a bag of clay. And it doesn't matter if you're 6 months old or if you're 65 years old. Everybody gets a bag of clay and you create something. And it's a wonderful time for families to spend together with the babies. Usually it's a handprint or a footprint, which is so precious. And then about 3 weeks later, when they're all dry, we fire them in the kiln, which means you bake it up to about 1,600 degrees. And then you come back in 3 weeks, and then you paint them with a special glaze.
Sí, dice, cada quien hace su proyecto, no importa la edad que tengan, a cada persona que entra, niños, adultos, les dan una bolsita y ustedes cada quien hace un proyecto. Se deja secar y se quema, ¿verdad? En el horno que tenemos ahí. Y 3 semanas después es otra noche familiar donde ustedes vienen y lo pintan. Después se vuelve a quemar y una vez que está listo ya se recoge.
That one is also very well attended. We usually have 200, 250 people here.
Sí, dice, es una noche familiar muy concurrida. Normalmente tenemos como 300 gentes. Cuando había 500 estudiantes, ahora que hay 800, a ver cómo le vamos a hacer.
So those will definitely happen this year. In addition, sometimes we've done a bike rodeo. We'll have to talk to see what the interest is. And other times we do a library night at the Tustin Library. So those we haven't quite settled on. We'll be meeting with Mrs. Parks in a couple weeks to set all of the family nights and schedule the dates. But we love help, especially ceramics, because we need to make 250 bags of clay.
Sí, dice, todavía hay varias noches que hacemos familiares, ¿verdad? Todavía tienen que buscar y ver exactamente qué noches va a haber este año, pero dice que, por ejemplo, para la noche de cerámica se necesitan muchos voluntarios porque hay que hacer todas las bolsitas.
So I'm hoping to see a lot of you this year, and thank you for coming tonight.
Dice, nos espera ver en la noche familiar y gracias por venir.
Thank you very much. This sounded very exciting. Our first one is going to be on November 7th, which is coincidentally the same day of our next PTA meeting. So come to both, please.
Dice, la próxima junta del PTA va a ser noviembre 7, que va a ser la misma noche la noche de juego, familiar de juego.
This is probably our longest or one of our longest meetings. Yes, they will be short. Yeah. Okay, I think unless there's any questions or go back. Don't forget your children. Don't forget your children.
Sorry, one thing I just want to say about volunteering, you guys, there's so many events and we need help at everyone. So if you are interested in a specific event, tell us. thormanptapresident@gmail.com.
Yes, we'll send out our email address.
Then we can tell you when that date is, what we need help with, and you can tell us what you want to do.
All right, thank you so much. Yes?
Have you ever used like one translation? It's like a event app where you can add the event.
I'm so sorry.
Do y'all have like the event app where you can send out an email and someone add their name?
Yeah.